She had hoped to study journalism, but gave up a valuable journalism scholarship when she sensed the Lord calling her to serve Him on foreign fields. By menial jobs, she paid her way through Bible college at Phillips University in Enid, Oklahoma. There she met and later married C.W. Calloway, who was also preparing for foreign missions. They served a short time in Burma and China before arriving in Thailand in October 1949. There they traveled by ox cart, bicycle, and horseback to bring the message of Christ to the people of northern Thailand.
There are daily opportunities to preach Christ to those who come. And still we go forth, sometimes now by motorbike, out into the villages to witness for Christ, going forth there to take the name that is above every other name, that those that are lost might come to know Him.
Conversions and baptisms came slowly, and there was gradual progress among the lowland people. But C.W. and Lois believed the Lord had laid on their hearts a burden to reach the unevangelized mountain peoples. This trip was mainly on foot. However, 4-month-old Jennifer, whom Lois is holding here, had the luxury of being carried in the basket at Lois's feet. Jenny and family now serve the Lord from the Thai town where she was born in 1951. In 1952, they moved into the Mien village of San Phu, near the Thai border with Laos. About 1954, they built this home there. The roof was lightweight aluminum. The walls were woven bamboo. They purposely built it 2 stories high so as to have some measure of privacy for the homeschooling of their children. The 5 children's PE class included this slide at the side of the house and the badminton court in front of this scene. Biology lessons included the foot-long praying mantis that landed on a bed. Zoology included bears, tigers, monkeys, bamboo rats, and mouse deer. Those days were difficult without electricity and many of the other amenities of Western life, but the family was happy and drawn closely to each other. A hand-wound phonograph provided entertainment and also gospel witness to the Mien villagers. Lois taught her children, cared for sick Mien and Hmong, began the translation of Mien scriptures, and still grew a variety of vegetables and cooked delicious meals, even when eggplant was the only vegetable available for months at a time.
Let us go back now a good number of years to about 1960, when Lois and our children, toward eventide, stood on the trail near our mountain home. Yao women, trudging up the trail, carry heavy burdens on their backs. Vegetables from the fields, long banana tree trunks from the jungles. And oh, what heavy burdens these tribal women do bear, both on their backs and in their hearts, because they do not know Christ. We're happy now that some, even of these tribespeople, have come out of their darkness and bondage to know Christ.
Who would suspect that these children had grown up in a very isolated and primitive tribal village? In the 1960s, Lois's hair was getting quite white, and C.W.'s was showing the gray. Dorothy Ulig, faithful co-worker since 1951, here joined Lois and C.W. in reading a conversation text to help Mien learn English. From 1977 to 1980, the Calloways were much involved with Mien and other refugees from Laos at several camps. Lois is here with Mien at the front gate of the Chiang Kham Thailand camp. Lois did much to promote this beautiful Mien embroidery work. This helped provide needed income for the Mien and Hmong and accelerated the growth of handcraft production in general in Thailand.
Lois Calloway, veteran missionary doing what she enjoys most. Spending time with the Yao tribe in Thailand. People she and her husband have served faithfully for many years.
I really think this is some of the most beautiful embroidery in the whole world. In fact, it seems to me that these Yao women have a special knack for color and pattern.
From 1980 onwards, although with frequent trips to Mien abroad, the Calloways' work was based mainly among those Mien who had been relocated to America. They took 2 computer training courses at Wycliffe Bible Translators Jars Center in North Carolina. Jem Seng, a Mien leader seen here with his wife and a son, went with them to one of those courses. Granddaughter Angela accompanied them on one trip to England and France. She was baptized along with several Mien in France. C.W. and Lois were the teachers at several Mien conferences in France. They stand at the right side here. Here they are at back left with Pastor Giam Wang Meng's family and his parents in France. Ying Mei was trained by Lois to be manager of the sewing school in the Chiang Kham Thailand refugee camp and then supervisor of the handicraft program. Ying Mei's husband next to her is a Rawang preacher from Burma. Originally, Lois and C.W. had planned to work among the Rawang tribe in Burma, but visa problems had forced their departure from Burma, and a year later the communist takeover forced their evacuation from China. Robert Morse had challenged the Calloways to work with the Rawang in northern Burma. Many years later, C.W. officiated at the marriage of Robert's son Johnny and Nang Sar, shown here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Missionary travels can be wearying. Quite exhausted, C.W. with pastors Prasarn and Frank Yin try to recover some energy for the next step. This missionary team worked closely together in Thailand for many years. C.W. and Lois are in back. Then from left are Mel and June Byers, Dorothy Ulig, Imogene Williams, Roberta and Don Byers. Here in Thailand, Lois confers with the leader of the Mien Bible translation team, Ann Burgess. This agriculture center of the Thai government is now not far from the mountain village where the Calloways formerly labored in primitive isolation. Son-in-law John Goddard walks with Lois at the head of a Mien funeral procession in northern Thailand. Lois loved flowers and spent much time caring for these at the mobile home in Vallejo, California. She was an excellent cook and could produce colorful and tasty American, Chinese, and Thai meals. Young people were always welcome in the home. She designed this display for informing supporters of the mission work. With her is Bennett Rhodes, faithful forwarding agent for many years, with her husband Otis. There had been neither candles nor anything else that would have cost money at their Spartan wedding, but here in 1992, they did get to join in lighting their 50th anniversary candle. Nor had there been any cake or any other refreshments at their wedding, so they had to wait 50 years for this. The children went all out to celebrate the occasion. Jenny, youngest daughter, is here with her family. Leland, oldest son, is with his family. Not quite all of the 16 grandchildren were able to make it to the anniversary reunion, but most did. About 1984, the Calloways began to use computers in their work. Lois has produced many literacy and Christian books in Mien, as well as being a prolific writer in English. Some of her books and poems are being edited for publication. Lois and C.W. have taught several Bible college courses to these and other students in the Richmond, California Extension Program of San Jose Christian College. Mei Xiao, at Lois's right, is now studying for her master's degree in family counseling at Fuller Theological Seminary. Others are progressing toward BA and AA degrees. In her teaching, as in everything else, Lois strove for perfection. She expected much serious homework from her students. Here, these 5 Mien had received their one-year certificates at the college. At back from left are Roger Edrington of the college, then Don Byers, C.W., and Lois. Checking the translation of scriptures and hymns for accuracy was a tedious but important task. She loved to teach the Word and had a special burden for teaching Mien mothers to be good Christian parents. Lois had arranged for a group of Mien women to participate along with American women in a summer women's camp. She was having severe back troubles and might have canceled out if it had not been that the Mien women were depending on her to translate for them. These Mien, Khamu, Laotian, and Cambodian Christian leaders were taught translation principles by David and Dorothy Thomas at back right. Lois continued then in the teaching and guiding of the practicum training. C.W. and Lois at a Lassen Pines Mien youth camp. Here she is near the dining room door, ready to lead the crowd to lunch. Lois and C.W. have been highly pleased to see the growing maturity of many of these youth and adult leaders among the men. More and more, these are taking on serious responsibility to give serious Christian witness wherever they are, and to reach out by radio and in person to the million men yet in darkness, without Christ, in Southeast Asia.
Our time together is a time of real celebration and worship.
Lois said if she had another chance to begin her work, that she'd do it all over again.
One of the last pictures taken of her before her fatal accident was this, where she and C.W. posed with 4 who had just been baptized at Mien Adult Camp in August 1996. And here, in the home of close friends in Oregon, she portrays her positive outlook upon life. She enjoyed the good things of life and enjoyed sharing the love of Jesus with all she met.
Hi, my name is Chane Sechal, and Miss Calloway, she's been a very nice person, and I've known her for a long time. She's like done so much in my family, my life, and without her, my family would not be here in America as a Christian.
My name is Kay, and I know Miss Calloway for probably like 15 years. She is such a sweet lady, and she's a very special lady, and she meant so much to me, and in my life, through my lifetime, I've been looking at her spiritual walk with God, and I learned from her, and I follow her footsteps. She means so much. I just don't know what to say because.
My name is Yafi. I really appreciate this time to come here and talk about my friendship with Mrs. Calloway. Mrs. Calloway is very helpful for Mien people in our people. Since we met Mrs. Calloway in Thailand, and they support Mien people a lot. And after that, we go different way. We don't know how can we meet Miss Calloway and Miss Calloway again, but God prepared for us. They still in Thailand, we come here, then they still back here, and we can see each other. Mrs. Calloway is very helpful and to grow in our faithful in God, helping the Mien people to become a Christian and to know God. Miss Calloway working very hard for Mien people, including the adult and the youth. And she put a lot of time for the youth. Their family is very faithful in God, and they're very helpful for the young people and adult people. So we very miss Calloway, Mrs. Calloway.
Okay, my name is Palau. I think a lot of you guys know me from camp. You've seen me a lot. I'm probably one of the only bald guy out there. And this is Chet, and we're here to talk about Miss Calloway. We really appreciate her presence with us. She really made a lot of difference in our lives. She influenced us to really get our education. I loved her just like my own grandmother. In fact, I think I'm even closer to her than to my 2 grandmothers. But one of the things that she really influenced me on was probably my family values. I really learned from her that I should really look out for my brothers, because she really looked out for my 2 brothers, and it showed me that she cared for them, and which in turn made me think I should start to care for them. But she's done a lot of things. What has she done that you can think of?
Well, I've known Miss Calloway since I was, let's see, I think I was 9 or 10 years old, so it's been a long time since that I know her. And since then, I think the two most important things to her is, reaching out to people, wanting them to know God, and then the second thing that I think that she was really trying to reach the Mian community was that, be proud of your heritage, your background, your Mian, culture thing, these are the things that were important to her, and these are the two things that I picked up from her, and we really missed her a lot. Go ahead.
I think I know Miss Calloway since maybe 82. I met her. One incident that happened was I was sitting with Chet and Palau, and Yakub Sang, he gave a sermon. He says something about Sing Ling. And I go, what's Sing Ling? What's Sing Ling? I asked Chet, but Chet was too busy playing with Palau, And so Miss Calloway turned around and said, Holy Spirit. And then I guess that's the first time I met Miss Calloway. She's really, she loves the Mian people a lot, and I didn't really get to know her until I finished high school and then took a class with her, and then she asked me to go to SJCC, which is San Jose Christian College. At first I didn't really want to, but then I decided to go, and then she took me to visit the school, and so I visited and I fell in love with the school, and so I stayed there and got my degree. And then I came out and I wanted to go to seminary, and Miss Calloway goes, no, go to Richmond High. I said, that would be the last place I'll go. I ended up working there for a whole year, helping her, being the Mian parents in the school. I think the most important thing that I learned from Miss Calloway is to reach out to those who are in need, because she feels the need for the Mian community, so she reached out and she gave almost all her life for the Mian community. I learned from, I guess, Mr. Calloway that she wants to be a journalism, but she ended up reaching out to the Mian people. So I guess that's what I learned, to reach out to the poor and the needy.
It's on, yeah. Mrs. Calloway is my grandmother, and you could say I've known her since birth, but I haven't spent a lot of time with her when I was little because she was working with the Mian people and I was with my parents, but I got to know her when I was older in my teens, and she's been an example for my life, for the kind of person that I want to be when I grow up, or the kind of person that I would like to change and be into. And I admire her patience with other people, even though sometimes they don't always do what you want them to do. You have to keep and stick with those people. And that her vigilance in praying for, not just for the Mian people, but also for other people that I've known that she's prayed for. Even though she didn't see a change immediately, she continually prayed for those people, even family members or people that you think would never change. But she's always loved them, she's always continued to pray for them and work with them, and she didn't give up on them. And I think that was God in her, because if it was us, we just give up. But she continued to pray, and I know she prayed for me and for everybody in the family, and also for the Mian people, and I've seen her love and her commitment to Mian people, that she doesn't just give in and give up, that she carries on and does what she feels God called her to do. And I love her very dearly. I'm going to miss her, but I know that she's where she should be.
Mrs. Calloway taught me how to dedicate myself to serve the Lord. And when I see her life, I see her selflessness. She has totally given herself to the Mian people. And when I see her, I see the example of Jesus Christ. And the way I remember Mrs. Calloway is that I know she loved butterfly a lot. And she is as beautiful as the butterfly.
Mrs. Calloway was the one that brought me to the Lord, and it gives me a privilege to not only call her a teacher, but a mother as well. She was also one of the people that helped the Mian churches to get started, as well as the youth camp in Thailand. I remember the first year that we had our youth camp, we didn't have a place to meet. We had to go to use their home. Mrs. Calloway has also given up comfort of the United States and has gone to a place where she knows she will have to endure to help build the Mien churches. I have lived both in Thailand and America, and I know that it's a lot harder in Thailand than here. Mrs. Calloway really persevered and endured. Now Mrs. Calloway has finished her race and has gone home to be with the Father, but she has left us a fine example to follow. May we persevere and endure like she did until we finish our work to be home with the Father.